to put us
But
forward.
you are the one who bringing school into this, because I never ever seen
it doesn't matter what I bring. You ask a question and
right, because I
addressing
want
this question. It's not what you said.
No, because I'm saying what you are saying is what you just use struggling to say.
All right, so you answer the question then.
No.
If you ask me
No,
I'm saying it, you say that's not
your
what you
answer.
said.
I didn't say the
and
answer.
then you say I'm struggling. I'm not struggling. I'm saying what I...
No, your answer, I'm going with your answer now. I'm saying...
Yeah, but I'm not struggling.
Yeah, but I am telling that you're struggling. You can't say you're struggling. I am telling you.
Never struggle.
Okay, so if you are struggling to explain yourself and to say every time I say something, I say that's what I'm saying, then you didn't say what you want to say because you didn't say that. Like what we said is it lead up to something else. So if you said this is what I'm saying, so I'm saying it's not a bad thing. I'm saying you're struggling. I'm saying it's because even you could say I don't even know what this is all about.
It's not a bad thing, but when you tell somebody they're struggling, that means they're not getting where you want them to.
But but I'm struggling.
No. You ask me a question and I can tell you I'm not struggling. I answer the question the way I know to answer. Maybe it's not your way, so you're gonna tell me, oh, that's not the answer I'm looking for. But I'm not struggling. Not because it's not the way.
Because you said, I tell you why you said. I tell you why I say you're struggling. You said I don't even know if they're doing skill and academics anymore because you don't know.
If I don't know, that's why I say
then
I
you're
don't
struggling.
know. I'm not struggling. I don't know because I'm not in school here and I do not go to school. So I said when I was going to school, I could give you a full, but I don't know now.
Exactly, and
so that's not struggling. I don't know. When you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. Or you're struggling to find out. I'm not trying to find out. I just don't know.
You don't want to find out?
No. You know why I don't want to find out? What I want to find out. How we going to help the youth them and what we can do.
This is what we're doing right here now, Angie.
Yes, I'm saying that. So, therefore, this is what I want. So, when they use them in the school or whatever and I'm there, then I want to find out what they're learning, what they're doing. Right now, my job is to help to bring the kids forward to the front where they need to get into.
Let's start bringing the youth them to the front. Go ahead. Start bring. Show. Where you going to bring them to the front?
And help them to get in. There's so many ways to
bring let's start bringing them to the front.
There's so many ways because every youth is different. And every youth is special in their own way. So we have to find what they need and find the technique how we're going to get them in through that.
Can I ask you a question? What's your method?
What's my method? My method is to reach the youth then.
What's your method to bring them to the front? What's your method of bringing the youths them to the front?
Like I'm reaching out right now and around the world, touching the youth, let them know they're not alone. There's ways to get help. You can go with education is the key, and just have your mental health up and doing the things that you need to do to get them online. Which
but wouldn't you? Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Would you feel like a bad thing to tell a youth self-educate yourself?
No. Because once you tell a youth self-love,
self-educate.
Wait, I hear you.
Self-educate. More you get the word right.
No, let me.
No more you hear what me say.
I hear
self-educate. That's what me ask you if it's a wrong thing or a good thing. That me don't want you answer what me not say. Self-educate. Me just want you hear me say. Go ahead.
What is they self-educating
because,
about?
And that's why I emphasize man, because I think.
Yeah, I'm asking you. What is it?
They gotta teach themselves. Like don't depend.
Teach themselves about what?
Everything.
Okay, so this is where we start. Self-love. Once you love yourself, you're going to know what you need. And what you need is a daily thing you need to survive. And because you love yourself and you know who you are and you know where you want to reach, you're going to reach out to get it. So self-love, self-educate, and self-that. Once you start focusing on yourself, then you know this is what you want. This is where I have to go. This is where I'm going to get it. So first of all, self-love is the key. Then behind it, self-educating yourself. Self-reaching out for reach out for what you want. Self-talking up. It's a lot of self-stuff that you have to go with. But first, if you self-love yourself, once you love you, that gives you the key and the open to keep going. And that's what I know. That give you the key and the open to keep going. So what I want to tell each and every one of you who love yourself, just teach you them how to love themselves. Just teach you them and let them know they're not alone. And there's a brighter day for them out there and a brighter place. So you see, from them start self-love themselves, you don't need that for putting no more work. Once they start loving themselves, you don't have to put in no work. Because if they love themselves, they're going to know what you need. What you need. Alright, you see, self-love is a great thing. You're looking at the mirror, you look around and all you see is just you. You have the song where you say, when you look in the mirror, all you see is just me and myself. So when they start see in the mirror and look around and see nothing else but who is in the mirror, that man in the mirror, that girl in the mirror, it's gonna let them know that if
so
you
you're
love
saying,
me,
so you think
go
that,
reach out.
so you think that, I want to hear this, So you think that people who are not educated don't know love?
What?
Listen, when you listen to this carefully, do you think that people that are not educated don't have love? They don't know what love is, or they don't love themselves?
Love, education is two different something you ask me. Look, I never say anything.
One question I ask you.
Yeah, and then
you haven't answered the one I'm asking. Do you think that people who are not educated, but we can say not educated, who are not scholars, whatever, same thing, they don't know love, or don't have love, or never understand love?
Because I believe everybody's educated, but educated in their own way and in different ways. So love is the key.
So
that's why I say self-love come first, because once you love yourself, everything will come at you.
But I'm saying,
because everybody's educated, but everybody need that assurance. Everybody need that fulfillment. Everybody need how to go. Everyone are born with a brain. Unless there's something wrong with you, you're a little bit handicapped, or you're born with a little bit, different. And for that, we need extra attention to folks like that. But what I'm saying, education comes with all of us.
No, I don't want you to skip over it.
I'm not skipping over
it. Is one thing I ask you.
And I answer your question.
Right. But if I do that, if I do that, right, you're not going to get what I'm saying.
But I don't know what you're saying.
I'm going to the bigger part of what I'm saying. If it is that love is all you use them want is love, and is love come before everything, why a lot of people that have so much love don't benefit from the love in terms of the material, in terms of the thing them that people would look on as a great life? But these people have more love, more than people who actually have these things. Why is it that the people with the love have less than the people with no love?
Why is it the people with the love have less than the people who have no love? But what do you call less?
Like, for instance, where your grandmother did live, you wouldn't want her to live in a better house with better just have a better situation?
No.
Okay.
No. You know why? I wanted me to have a better life, and I could enlighten her and carry on. But the life that I grew up and see she have, that's the life that she have, and that's the life that made me better, and the life that raised me to be who I am today. Maybe if she had lived somewhere else and it's in a different light, maybe I wouldn't be who I am. So I'm just saying, whatever that God bless you with, and whatever you have, just love what you have, appreciate what you have, and build upon what you have, and then, greater in you will come out in whatever product you put out.
But because sometimes you put yourself into a situation. Can I read them if you want? Sometimes you put yourself into a situation where you have to struggle. If you're self-taught, if you educate your own self, right? Already you're bright. Like, the only reason why our kids, them maybe sometimes struggle more than other people's kids, is because we feel like it's not our duty to educate them. You know what I'm saying? So, and then once we start educate our, you used to have a sister, even when danger have a baby, and say, for instance, even when taste bit of a baby. You're gonna see how easy it is for them kids. Them are the things them that we have to fight with them, they now because they are can it's not even as much as all them are go school to get education. You're gonna see them are gonna make them bright before them go school.
Okay. Wait, as Felicia was saying, sweet accent, she said good night, and I said good night again, my sister. Much love. And I want to just say this, Woman Month is over, but every day is Woman Day. So more strength to all my sisters out there, to my brothers. Just lift up on ahead, keep carrying it on, and we're going to do great things, all right? Anyway, Felicia said, oh yes, Andrea, with what we were saying, and she said they need a good education and skill, knowledge is powerful. And Barry Back said, good night, Snappa Chef.
Salute,
keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
And Felicia said, and skill is education.
It is.
Learning to do the skill with the education, they will knowledge to get the rest. Then we need knowledge to get the rest, I think.
Yes.
We need to say. All right, and here she said, a skill and a trade is education because you are learning how to do it.
Yeah.
And so Barry Back said, Snappa Chef, back, not coming home tonight, gone worldwide.
Big tune that Barry Back.
I'm sorry, not coming home tonight. Yeah.
She not coming home tonight. You don't know how to treat a woman.
Anything that you are learning. And Felicia said, anything you're learning is education.
It's education.
So she said, I want to do better for yourself, regardless whether it is college, trade, or skill. All of it, you need to be educated.
You need to be educated.
And she said, wait 1 second, let me finish English. She said, a lot of people don't understand love, but in order to love, you have to love yourself first.
Yes.
And Barback said, good night, Snappa Chef. Again, say more love. He says, say more love.
Yeah, man.
And
Love,
Felicia,
love, you, man.
and Felicia said, material things don't have nothing to do with love, which is true.
Material things don't have nothing to do with love, but it's the people who have the most love. I build the pastor the big house. And then when they go home, so the pastor, a lot of the people, them in the church, right? Them love God, them love everything what them love, and them give their money into the system, and them still end up in a situation,
right?
Because they are not educated.
No, you don't have to educate it to give. And as she said, love is just a open book. Love is like a whole education to itself, and love is a whole knowledge to itself. But what I'm saying, as you said, they give everything to the pastor and don't have anything else to themselves. You can do this for me, please. They do everything for the pastor and don't have nothing for themselves. That's very important. It's not because they love the pastor. It's the love of God or the love of Christ. And through we grow and we learn that we have to love the Lord.
Who said that? Who said you're supposed to give money?
No, I didn't say that.
Who said why you think giving money is the right thing to do?
No, because, to the church.
Why you think so?
So I'm going to answer. You have to give me a chance to do. I think it's up to the church and the pastor to do the right thing. But giving back the tithe 10% that was said in the Bible, I think what happened is this. A lot of the pastor them start get greedy and do things differently. But the offering was supposed to pay back for the light bill, the water bill, the build the church, and feed the people around.
No, that's not true. Because when the Bible was writing, there was no light.
But the Bible said, let there be light.
It was
the Bible said, Christ said, let there be light.
Exactly. So you see it, and we don't want to see it.
No, but I'm saying, you said there was no light. But I said, that's when he said, let there be light. No, so there is light.
Lord,
we have to take care of it.
No.
Work with
it. You know.
Yeah, ask a question.
But you don't know everything, right?
No, I don't know.
Okay, someone educated.
So you know everything?
No.
Okay, none of us know everything. But you said there was no light. And I said, but Christ said,
but light was electric light.
No, I'm just saying what he said. I
So
don't
which
know where
eye?
the electric light come from. What are we reading?
Which light are you saying they should pay for? You said the tithe in the
No,
Bible.
I'm saying the church no. And you said, it said in the Bible you must give 10% for tithe. And I said the tithe supposed to go back in paying the bills for the church, feeding the people, helping the people.
You see what you just said? You see when you say feed the people, you're on to something. That is where education coming before all of the other thing there. Because if you're educated, then you're gonna know even where to even distribute your thing. Is it why I'm going to this church for 10 years and I'm paying 10% of my pay? I may never see them feed the homeless. I may still go to this church. You don't think you're a part of the problem? If you give a pastor every day 10% of your money, say you work $2,000 a week, say you give them $200 every week, and plus other offerings. Plus, if you make so much money, you know you're going to buy gifts right here, you still maybe clean the church, you're not going to pay for cleaning the church, whatever. But just say you giving 200, and everybody, 100 member in our church, and them I give that. And you never see the pastor sending back no kids to school, doing that. I think Felicia is in this year, can make sure you can go with her, I think, because I just want to know, because I know she understands that.
Just keep going, I'm hearing you. When you break...
No, it's what I said.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What?
What you say just here?
Huh?
What you say just here? No, I'm saying I was telling you that the reason why the education is so important. That's why you got to, because you see the reason why this even becomes not even reach where it's supposed to reach is because I'm saying one of the problems with we as a people are just people who don't know is because they're scared to educate themselves, and that is why when I ask them, what are you looking for as to say this is what my kids them need to be greater, you say, because I gotta send them go get education, and I said no, educate them. It's educate your kids. When you
listen, as a kid born and you have your kids in the house, it's the parents' responsibility to educate, enlighten the kids and educate them to where you want them to. When they walk through that door, they have that knowledge and wisdom. When they go to school, they have it. And when you go to church, and going back to what you were saying about the church, I believe every church is supposed to give. I've never been to a church that I don't know that give. No matter how small it is, they're supposed to give. Sometimes we get carried away, and some of us worship the pastor and the first lady and and forgot what we go to church to do. So church, if you be God-like and you go to church, church is a part of giving, caring, and the church is educating you about how to be Christ-like. The church is educating you about how to love each other. The church supposed to educate you about how to share, how to communicate with each other. At times we do not get that, and sometimes it's there and we don't get it.
Stick up. You just said something. I hope you know you said that. You said the church is supposed to educate you how to love each other. You said that.
Yeah, I said
That's
it.
what I'm saying, though.
No, but what do I say?
Because you was trying to put love before education to say that no, all our kids need to do is just love, and I said they got.
I did not say that.
Because if they don't educate,
no, I did not say that. I said the first thing you said what the kid them need to do. You think the kid them need to do is to self-educate themselves, and I said the first thing I think they need to do is self-love. And once they love themselves, and that should the first thought or the first learning about love should start from home. Since that child born and coming, the first love supposed to be mama and dad.
But that's the education idea.
And then can I have that? Because you're not stop squeeze. That's the first thing, to just keep loving, and you teach your kids, and they know what that love is all about. They feel it, they learn it in home. So when they go outside, they know how to give it. But a church is where you find peace. You're supposed to find peace, where love is given, where sharing and caring and kindness. That's what church is all about. So if you have a whole, but a whole thing on your head at home or anywhere. When you go in church, you're supposed to find peace. Because that's the kingdom of God. That's where the house of God. So when you walk in it, that's what it's supposed to be.
You know, you know why I said you were struggling earlier? Because even what you said just now, if when you go to church, that's just what you go there for. You said just now. If you actually don't know why you go there.
Why I go where?
To church. Why you go to church?
It's not. You did not. It wasn't about me going to church.
Why you go to church?
I go to church for a lot of reasons.
Give me like 2.
I go to church to praise God.
You can't praise God at your home?
I praise Him anywhere, in the bathroom, in the toilet.
And why you go to church?
Because I go to church to praise God. He said, where many are gathered, your feet. When you're home, you're praising Him and you talk about Him and you praise Him. But when you gather with other people, you feel a different feeling. A feeling maybe of acknowledgement, a feeling of, you know, you feel that sense. You could feel Him anywhere. I feel God anywhere I'm at. I reach out and He's always there. But it's just a sense of...
You know, if you wish, if I could correct you, right? I said just add to your thing. Is you know that it's only we are Christian would answer a question like that. Maybe if you ask another religious person that in our next religion.
Right, let me ask you. What is it?
Like I don't go to church like that. But if I go,
you grew up in church. Why only your uncle have the biggest church?
Because I used to love the music in a church.
One of the biggest.
I used to love music in a church. I used to go to church to get food.
So you go there for a reason.
Exactly, but I'm explaining to you
what. You go there for a reason. You go for food. You go for food. And then
when I get older, the girls was in the church.
And you go for the girls.
But now I'm explaining to you.
Wait, no, I'm answering to her. And you go for all that. You go for the food, you go for the music, and you go for the girls.
But most of the time when we go, it wasn't for the things them that...
Yes, but what I'm saying, whatever it is you draw you out to go to church, girl, listen. You're still not playing music in church. You still didn't get a girl out the church.
It's a big influence on my music.
So that's what I'm saying to you. So the church bring you on the front, it pulls you out.
Exactly. I'd never look at church as a bad thing.
No, I didn't say that.
But I'm explaining. No, but I'm saying to you.
Say it to me. I want to hear.
It's when you're educated, you know why would you send your kids to school? When you're educated, you know why would you send your kid to church? Because so when you send them because you're educated already, it's almost like, okay, so this is why I'm sending you here, because I want you to get this piece of paper. So it's when you go to school, I want to get you in these programs. And even if you're not the brightest or the biggest scholar, when you come out, you're right there, you go to that place and this and that. It don't mean that they're not going to be the brightest. Sometimes the reason why you see kids are the brightest is because some of them naturally born with this IQ. Some of them was taught them parents beyond it. It's like how you see Isaiah learn. Because we depend on him. Like everything we load him up. Nobody load us up with, say, a so-called like academics. There was nobody around us to load us with that. Nobody know how to correct us. They more laugh after we. Like I'm gonna correct him every time him say a word wrong. You gonna do the same thing. I'm saying, so that is self-education, because it's almost like you giving it to him. It's almost like this is not somebody setting something that they're going to spend. Like, because I personally think that kids, after they reach, say, 6th grade, or say, let's 9th grade, because most of them start work when they reach, like 10th grade, 9th grade. I feel like they should even start working and going to school maybe 3 days a week. Like you even say, 6 days. Give them 3 days to work and 3 days. You would have a better, to me, you'd have a better world. Because you don't have kids that come writing already. No, them that it wouldn't be so, because so much. I remember just graduating from school, and all the teacher come to you and tell the children and say, you know, enough of you not going to see. I can't remember. Teacher said, you know that you're not going to see each other again, right? I couldn't believe it. You never get that at your graduation? Oh, you never get it from... But you never get that when you leave school, like people say to you, saying, you're not going to see each other again and never see them back.
Never hear that.
But I'm telling you though, graduation...
But you, even your brothers and sisters you grew up with in our house, sometime after you part after a certain years,
Yeah.
years before you even see them back. And it's just a part of life where we are trod. So that's why when we are trod life, we have to trod it with a lot of love, understanding, and the wisdom that maybe look how close me and Felicia would have lay or whatever. And every day, I wish if I could have go over there and say, Felicia, how you doing? And come over and whatever, whatever. Every day I say, I'm coming to see you this weekend. This weekend come with something. And so, because the road where we are trod has so much to do, but this is what we need to do. Incorporate certain things, Lego certain things, and educate yourself. Okay, I'm better.
I think I was saying that the other day, like, anytime nobody come here, like, as a guest, we got to warn them to say, we can't be doing a topic and just by raising the topic and setting up the topic, that can become the topic. Because eventually, it's because you said educate them, why this becomes the topic. Because really, I wanted to know something else.
So what you wanted to know?
So what I wanted to know was what they said. You see me say again, they. Who is they? What they said, right? Let me go with they, and then you can tell me who is they. Because I think you even use that more than me. What they say, right? That to say, this is what we need in order to be great, or in order to say we are educated. Even you, good example of why is it that they say we need education? That education data, why is it that they say we got to have the education? Why we can't just go? Why you can't just let me do? You think that because somebody can read and write better than me, they actually can be a better farmer or a better... Let's not use farmer because most people, even without academic still kind of farming. But you can still use farm, but use upper top. Like you really think that they can be better than me just because you're in the field working, planting the thing, watching the sun, planting it, making the food, but the person up at top making more money than you. Why?
Because it's just something from beginning which is not right, but because you're the one on the field planting and making it, and the person reaping it, you reap it, and the person who's selling it and get the marketing for it get more money.
They don't even get the market, because sometimes you will get the market.
But they get more money than you, and you know why? Because you know to plan, but that's again the education that we need and the strength and even the money to deal up at the top and do our, because the farmer who owns his farm, do all his transaction is the one that make the money.
No.
The farmer that on the field planting the food and doing it, he's doing the hard work in the sun, make sure the water, the pump go off, but he's not getting the money most of the time.
No, because maybe in Jamaica, if a farmer did try to look you at the time when May start talk, you would look pan them kind of feel like farming at something look down pan. Because look into it like this. If it's a farmer who make plant potato, right? Who sell fries?
What?
Who sell fries? McDonald's sell the most fries.
I just said it and you're saying no.
Right, so why the farmer couldn't be selling fries?
He's a farmer. He's not. He farmed the farm for you to sell. Like the farmer and the farmer do the chicken, but him sell you and you sell fried chicken, him sell egg, you make fried egg and bread. There's everybody have a place.
Exactly.
So you have a farmer. Sometimes you have the CEO and that's just his thing and he know to make the money. What I'm saying.
You think him know to make the money?
When you said to me if you were a farmer and you were want to date me at that time, we were dating, maybe I wouldn't see you.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, when we start dating, I see you like a farmer.
Well, yeah, but I get what you're saying with that.
So I always see a farm, you farm what you want. And then like for you, you used to sell and you used to have your one, like a stall and you look at one. It's like a farmer.
Yeah.
So it's what you put out there, but you have the agriculture farmer where on the field and he might produce this, might produce yam, might produce pumpkin, and to me that's beautiful to see a man working hard on this, his hand, bringing in the labor and he's doing what he's doing. It's to me that's beautiful. I always see a farmer and a mechanic, plumber. I always like trade man, like people with them hand. You see, like when me used to see how you make your cake, you set up for your party and you have on your hat and your sweat and you move. I always admire that. Because I know once you're ready for work, you're a hard working man with your hand.
But I said this though. That is real what I'm saying about I had crazy love. I know I love myself, I love people, I love.
And I'm gonna be honest with you now, Stick Up. In those times, I don't think we had love ourselves the way we love ourselves now.
No, never.
Right. The way we love ourselves
exactly,
now.
But the reason...
So therefore, if we had loved ourselves the way we love ourselves now when we were younger, we maybe reach
why you know to love yourself better now?
Because I learned how to love myself.
What you get from education?
Everything is education, as they said. But what I'm saying, first love.
No, you can stand. You can. I mean, you can.
You ask a question and I'm answering. Right. Stop searching.
I'm not searching. You said it. You say you learn.
Right, and I'm answering. You
that's why I learn. Angie, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm taking.
But it doesn't matter what you're saying and what I'm saying.
Because I want the people to get what I'm saying.
No, they will get it if that's what you want them to.
Because I want them to get that, even though you said love. If you look at it, it's almost like you got to self-educate yourself before you even love yourself. Because a lot of people who think they love themselves, what they're doing to themselves is not love. It's when you understand why people do certain things, why even religion means certain things in other, why people would bomb up, why people bomb and do all of this.
I never can understand that, why people bomb.
Exactly, because the reason why you don't understand, because you're not educated about it.
But why do I want to educate you?
You don't want to know?
No, because to me that's just cruelty. That's just unlike God. I just to bomb up and kill people.
You don't want to know, Angie?
Why, like how you educated about why you think people bomb up?
Yeah, so if for the little bit what me don't know, I would feel like a lot of people I would feel like, first of all, the Christian religion kill more people in this world, like 4 times every other race. I would say that. Then secondly, and that is me even can even say as a Christian. But even the people who do that are pissed off by a lot of things that people do to them. And that is the only way they can come back. So a lot of them become extremists. And I'm not supporting that. They'll be like, it's for instance, what going now, say, we say going to war. Right now, you see, just babies that bomb. After those little kids you see looking, they're not going to take that. They already have it to say, you see, wait till me get big. It's almost like if somebody do that to your family. So these are the people now who...
I don't take revenge.
No, but you can ask me a question.
No, you said like if someone did something to my family, but I'm correcting you, I don't take revenge, I leave revenge to God. Because sometimes you take that on, it's just too much.